Hey guys, what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. I'm back here at Dick Norris Buick GMC, sunny Palm Harbor, Florida, and we have a mid-size 3-row SUV that might fit the build when it comes to your family needs. This is a 2020 Buick Enclave Avenir. But before we get into this Enclave, let's talk a little bit of history about the Buick Enclave. So Buick, that iconic American brand, has really gone through a lot of changes over the decades. One thing they're trying so hard to do is really shake that old image of having a bland car or a car that goes towards a certain age group. They really want to start to entice younger people to really come to the brand and purchase a Buick. Now, what's fascinating is that in other countries like China, Buick is a top seller. But Buick has been doing some things to try to get back those sales figures, especially in the highly contested midsize SUV segment, and that's where this Enclave falls. Now, the Enclave first appeared in 2007. It got a refresh, a redesign in 2018. It now sits on the GMC Acadia platform. And if you haven't seen an Acadia review, we have a couple of those on the channel here on Rady's Rides. But let's go ahead, dive into this 2020. So it's been 2 years since the redesign, and see if this is the midsize 3-row SUV that fits perfectly into your needs. Right off the bat, you know it's a Buick because they have certain design philosophy that they're really bringing into their brand, even more so, trying to change it to entice people, especially younger people, to come on in. You have full LED lighting, LED daytime running lamps. I like how small the headlight housings are. They did a great job really shrinking those down. We drop down, you have fog lamps, a little bit of chrome, but the great news is not a bunch of fake vent, just a little bit. So I'm only gonna do a half zonk on these fake vents. They're gloss black, nothing too crazy. I wish they would have just left it smooth, but still overall nicely balanced. We come across the front grille area. Now you have that iconic Buick logo, so much history there with so many different models. I love the way they take this horizontal chrome bar and bring it from one side to the other. Nice gloss black. You have a forward-facing camera on this fully loaded optioned Enclave. We drop down, more gloss black and some flat black as well to really just bring it all in together. Now here's something interesting I just noticed, and I am going to zonk it. So you have smooth. Now it's smooth over here because that's where that sensing technology is for their safety system. What's going on here? So you have a functional vent here and smooth flat black here. That to me is going to be a full zonk. So you got a zonk and a half right on this lower portion from one side to the other, but still very clean in the styling. And I like the nice sharp point that the nose comes to. Now when we get up onto the hood, that line is brought right into the center. You have two raised areas, very subtle, very tasteful, and I think the pearlescent white just pops like a diamond in the Florida sun. Now when we come around the bend, the awesome news is no flat black. Everything is color matched. You have a beautiful bright silver wheel. If you're wondering what's the size, this is a 20-inch wheel, 255 on the width, 55 series on the sidewall. Decorative badging on the side, another fake vent, but the great news is that they kind of hid it. So still a half zonk on this fake vent. It's on the smaller side, but I do like the decorative badge, especially the way it goes into the driver and passenger door. Now you have your Avenir badging down here for that trim level. This is a higher trim. It has a lot of goodies, options, especially when we get to the interior. You have your color match mirror caps and LED lighting. Nice low level, bright silver on the roof rails. You could get your crossbars, put your kayak, put your camping gear, whatever you need up top. A little bit of chrome that runs along that lower sill area, and I'm glad that they put the chrome because it matches nicely with what they're doing with the grille, and a little bit on the door handles as well. As we keep working our way back, you get a nice large rear quarter window. That's going to make it nice and bright for the passengers sitting in that third row. And then getting out back, if you notice, floating roof design. So you have the floating roof design, that chrome trim that extends back, a little bit of gloss, nice low roof spoiler, and then out back, it's very, very clean. You have your Enclave badging, that silver chrome trim, which mimics what's happening with the grille, gives it a nice balanced look, that cohesive look that we like to find. And then we come down and you're gonna have, guess what? Two actual functional exhausts. So they're not fake, they're not just decorative. They're balanced out on both sides, and the way that they're cut, a nice slash cut, they integrate into this lower portion very well. This does have the towing package, which guess what? You could tow up to 5,000 pounds with this Enclave. But let's go ahead, pop the hood, and see what's powering it. All right, guys, we got the hood pop. You do have hood struts. Now, underneath that hood is a very not so attractive engine cover. Sort of looks like a lid off of a trash can, so we are gonna zonk that. But underneath that trash can lid is the 3.6 liter V6, naturally aspirated, 310 horsepower, 266 pound-feet of torque, all mated through a 9-speed automatic transmission. This Enclave weighs around 4,604 pounds, 0 to 60 in a very quick 6.6 seconds, quarter mile in 15.2, and a top speed of 131 miles an hour. If you're wondering, well, Joe, what's the MPGs? 17 in the city, 25 on the highway. I think the best part is having a nice naturally aspirated V6. I think people that go for that mid-size 3-row SUV, that's what they're wanting and that's what they're expecting to see. But why don't we go ahead, let's check out the interior and see how nice it is on the inside of this Enclave. All right, guys, we're inside the 2020 Buick Enclave. Like I said, this one is a fully trimmed Avenir. I know you're probably wondering, well, Joe, how much is it? It's looking nice on the outside. How much is it? MSRP is around $58,000. That is a tough pill to swallow. The good news is there are tons of incentives and rebates on these Enclaves. So let's see what you get for the money. Now, to the door panel, I do love what they're doing. That two-tone color with the brown, that nice chocolate brown, some wood trim there, the silver chrome trim really gives it a nice, luxurious, elegant touch and feel. You do have a smaller pocket down there for some water and some Twinkies, and this one has the optional Bose sound system, but it is soft touch across that whole top portion of the door panel. And coming into the dash, I like what they did here. They did integrate it very nicely. So you have that nice milk chocolate brown, soft touch with the stitch work, that wood grain with the silver trim. I like the way it flows from one side to the other. You have your 8-inch infotainment system. Of course, you're gonna have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, navigation, real easy to use, nice clear graphics. Let's see what the backup camera is like since we have you here. So I put it in reverse. You're gonna have your 360-degree camera. You're gonna have your trajectory out the back. We can, of course, go to the sides, which is great. You have that trailer hitch camera because of the trailering package, and we can even go out the front as well. So you are getting some nice technology on this 8-inch system when it comes to cameras. You do have a mode selector button, which when you get to the business end, I'll show you the 3 different modes: Tour, Sport, and Tow and Haul. Simple on the start-stop button. I do like the way the trim kind of flows in. Very minimalistic on the buttons and knobs for the entertainment system. You drop down, you have your dual climate control, ventilated seats and heated seats. You have a wireless charging pad, 2 USBs and an aux jack. I'm liking what they did here with the silver trim. You do have a nice 2-level, split-level setup here with a 12-volt. This is where you could put all your Twinkies, anything that you need snack-wise. Open this up, you got your 2 cup holders. Close this up. That's gonna be controlling that 9-speed automatic transmission. Let me go ahead and dig the key fob out of my pocket. That's not the key. Here is the key for your Buick Enclave. It's small, it's light. I like the Buick logo there in the center. Not too bad. Soft touch on the armrest. The stitch work is great. We open this up. What are we gonna find? Oh, nice. Look at this. Party tray time. Skittles on one side, peanut M&Ms on the other, and then you could just drop a bag of Lay's chips in there and munch all day long. Let me get the key fob out of the way. Seats. You got your Avenir embroidery. I like the piping. I like this chocolate brown. The leather is super soft. Of course, you're gonna get electric assist for both the passenger and the driver. The only thing I'm really missing at this price point is I would like a panoramic sunroof. This has a standard size sunroof. And one thing I despise in some of these GM products is you just push and that's how you open it. I prefer the sliding kind because here's the problem. What happens if you just want it half open? Can't do that. What happens if you want it almost all the way closed, but you want a little bit? Can't do that. What happens if you want it right here? Can't do it. So that to me just doesn't make sense. Simple, nice and clear on the mirror, and you do get that electronic rear view mirror, which is great out the back. We can see we're gonna hitch up the boat. We're gonna go fishing today. We come back and now we have normal mirror. Let me put it back on myself so I can see for when we go for the drive. But why don't you come over to the business end? I want to show you behind the wheel of this Buick Enclave. All right, guys, business time. You do have 2 memory settings on the door for the driver's seat, which is a nice touch. And then, of course, you're going to have your electric seat controls conveniently placed. You got that lower lumbar, mid lumbar, feels fantastic. Steering wheel, I like the thickness. I like this wood here. It's just this portion looks very, very dated. It almost looks like an alien head or something like that. But the buttons are flat black, which is nice. And I do have the massage on the seats, which is great. Dash, you have that beautiful LED display in the center. You could toggle through a plethora, a cornucopia of information. I do like the way it looks. The graphics are clear, great size. And then you have an analog tach, analog coolant, and analog fuel gauge. This, of course, has all the safety features that you come to expect. I'm getting a little bit of a massage right now. Ooh, a little bit higher, please. But anyways, let's check out the mid-row and see how your passengers are going to enjoy driving in this Buick Enclave. All right, guys, mid-row time in the Buick Enclave. I do like the quality of the seats here. They are very comfy. They're captain's chairs, but I'm still zonking. Will anybody make a proper width on the armrest? You can flip them out of the way, which is nice. I do like the nice piping, goes all the way behind the driver and passenger seat. You have a very tight pocket, which you'd be able to put maybe a back scratcher, maybe some sticks outside that your kids have found and they want to save them, like they're, memory sticks. And then back here, you do have your little command center. You have your AC controls, heated seats, but no ventilated seats. That's a huge zonk at this price point. But the good news is they got you connected, 2 USBs and a home power source. I have my pocket over here for my sticks. Your AC vents are in the ceiling. You do get a nice standard size sunroof back here. I wish they would have just made it panoramic. I don't know why they're playing these panoramic games with us. Sliding seats. Ow, I think I just threw out my lower back. But the seats slide, and then guess what? They also recline. So they are very, very comfy. Why don't we go ahead, let's check out that 3rd row and see how big it is for your average size human. All right, guys, time to check out that 3rd row. Now, the nice thing is you have a nice piece of real estate, a landing pad for your feet. You're gonna grab the handle here, and the seat is going to tilt up and get out of the way, and I'm gonna climb on in. Now, I know a lot of you wanted to see what the seats are like with my legs, so I'm gonna come all the way over here. You can see with the seat up, I still got plenty of leg room. I got plenty of headroom. Remember, every way that I've been in this Enclave, from the front to the middle of the back, I'm 6 feet tall. So you have your rear AC back here, 2 USBs. So thank you, Buick, for knowing that there's kids that are probably gonna sit back here and they gotta have their electronic devices powered. You do have 2 cup holders, and you could use one as a cup holder, one as a peanut M&M holder. I'm telling you, I'm actually quite surprised how much leg room is back here with the seat up. Feeling good back here. I could actually probably ride back here. So if you want to get away from whoever's up front, you're going to want to sit back here. But why don't we check out the cargo area and see how much space we have in this Enclave. All right, guys, time to check out the cargo area. Real simple. You're going to push the button. Nice electric assist. Actually opens up on the quicker side. You have a flat landing cargo area for whatever you're going to put back here. And with the seats up, you have plenty of room. Now, if you like hard numbers, with the seats up, you're looking at 24 cubic feet of space. You fold everything down, you're looking at almost 97 cubic feet of room in here. You do have a nice 12 volt, so if you're gonna tailgate or go camping or go to the beach, you could plug something in there. We lift this up, you have wonderful storage. Fill this up with whatever you want. You could put anything, ho-hos, zingers, funny bones. How about just load it up with Pringles chips, like just dump the cans back here and just sit back here and eat. That's what I'm talking about. Now, to get the seats to go down, real simple, we're gonna push the button. You have electric assist to put that 3rd row down nice and flat. And then of course the manual controls to get the other 2 seats in that middle row down, but almost 97 cubic feet of space, real nice and flat. Let's go ahead and get to the best part. If you're ready, I'm ready. Let's see how this Buick Enclave drives. All right, guys, we're leaving Dick Norris Buick GMC. We're in the 2020 Buick Enclave. The wonderful thing about this Enclave is that it's very, very well sorted out on the interior. The seats are very supportive. The dash is easy to read. I like the combination of the digital dash with the analog gauges. Looking out over the hood, the A-pillars are really far apart. And the great news is you don't feel like you're driving a larger midsize SUV, to be honest with you. It feels a lot smaller in a good way. I mean, you have the space on the interior, but you just don't feel like you have the heft of a larger SUV, which is really nice. The leather material in here is very, very soft. Seeing the navigation, seeing the infotainment system, that 8-inch screen, very, very clear. You have all of the connectivity, the USBs, the aux jack, the wireless charging, and you have that 3-row flexibility. Super smooth with the V6. I like the way that it has the two-tone interior. I feel like there was once upon a time I hated brown in an interior, but I like the two-tone. It helps really diversify and really make the interior stand out a little bit more, which I think is smart. Let's go ahead, check out the V6. So on throttle, that 9-speed automatic dropping down, and we're off and running. So you definitely have plenty of power, plenty of pep in this Buick Enclave. What I also like is with the emergency braking, it's got that great feature where it shakes the seat, it vibrates the driver's seat, but it also illuminates some red LEDs out onto the windscreen, which is great. Helps you identify what's going on and be alert. But I'm telling you, the quality in here feels really, really nice. Dead stop on throttle. Transmission shifts smooth. You know, it all comes down to, I think that when it comes to price, you're going to be able to get a lot of rebates and incentives on these Buick Enclaves, and that's going to bring it better into a price point against the competition. Because we all know when it comes to midsize, there's some brands right now, which we won't mention names, but they're changing the name of the game, not only with other segments of the auto industry, but definitely this 3-row mid-size segment. But very smooth, super quiet inside the cabin, which I love. All right, guys, going over this ripped up pavement, nice, smooth ride. Good feedback through the steering wheel, and on throttle up this hill. Seriously, plenty of power to get you up and running. And I'm really digging the digital dash. I really like how clear it is. I love the color, I love the font. You got all the safety features in here. Even this wood trim is working for me. You know, I know there's usually a certain age group that's attached to Buick, but I think for somebody who needs that 3-row flexibility, that wants something, it's almost like you buy a Buick, you're definitely buying something different because you don't see a ton of them on the road, but you'll be able to have a unique driving experience and something that just is a little different with this Enclave. But we're gonna go ahead, hopefully this gave you a nice overall feel of what this vehicle is all about. We're gonna get back to Dick Norris Buick GMC and wrap this one up, so I'll see you in a split second. All right, guys, it's been another amazing day here at Dick Norris Buick GMC. I definitely gotta thank Adam, Andrew, Melvin, Derek, the rest of the crew, getting this not only Enclave, but this fully loaded Avenir Enclave. I think if you're looking for a midsize and you want something a little bit different than what you see out there, but you want all the amenities, this might be the perfect midsize SUV for you. But if it's 3-row SUVs you want to keep seeing on the channel, leave a comment in the comment section. If you're new and you're on your way out, hit the subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile coming back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Ready to Rise family. If you want to help us keep making great content just for you on the channel, click the link in the description, get yourself some Ready to Rise merch. Got to give it up to Big Guns McGee, helping me get all 3 rows of fun in this Enclave. Thank you, Tom, for your hard work. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.